Things I learned this week, yeah. So, after popular demand, I have decided to start doing some videos for y'all again. No, this is not Diva Speak TV, but, you know, it's a little something that I feel like y'all would enjoy. So let's get this started. This week I learned that the U.S. military are mean girls. So we all have been hearing about this Bradley Manning, who of course leaked some vital information to WikiLeaks about the U.S. military's intelligence. Well, they of course are not too pleased about that.
Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
And they've decided they're going to do some leaking of their own and actually leaked out pictures of Bradley Manning dressed as a woman because, dun dun dun, he is a transvestite. And in my mind, the military leaked the photos to kind of be like, see, we told you not to let these guys in the military. Look what they do. No dice, military. Anywho, the photos came from an email that he had sent to his therapist, and he actually says that he entered the army because he had these feelings and he thought it would make them go away. Not so much. Basically, the only thing that's going to go away when you join the army is your freedom. This week, I also learned that Russell Simmons has a very poor sense of humor. And this is the guy who created Def Comedy Jam. He thought it would be hilarious to produce a Harriet Tubman sex tape. I'm sorry, but this is ba-noodles. As the first video on his new digital platform, All Def Digital, Russell put out this video that is basically Harriet Tubman being filmed by a fellow slave sleeping with her massa so that she can use it as blackmail for her freedom. How did he, why, what, none of this makes any sense to me as to why it would be considered funny, and a lot of people agree. Let's look at what folks had to say on Twitter. Just saw Russell Simmons produce Harriet Tubman sex tape. I ask, why do we desecrate our ancestors? Oh, Harriet Tubman, say it ain't so, I'd Uncle Rush. Yeah, I mean, by endorsing a cinematic vision of slavery that pretends that slaves and masters had consensual sex, we obscure the horrors of rape. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with the folks on this one. I mean, certain things are off limits when it comes to jokes. You know, like pedophilia, Harriet Tubman, etc. But you know, when you're Russell Simmons, you're rich enough to buy a sense of humor. So head on out there and pick one up off of eBay. You hear me?
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Now, before we take it to another thing I learned this week, it's time for...
That's what she said.
So Katie Couric is in a bit of a thing right now with Kim Kardashian because in In Touch magazine, she said that she's really not sure why the Kardashians are so famous, and it's probably teenagers that are really interested. Well, that's what she said, and that's what got Kim K all up in arms, posting pictures on Instagram with all these crazy hashtags like I hate media friends and I suggest you stop talking shit. You know, it's a bunch of BS. Katie Couric is definitely a legend in the game, and I'm sure she didn't mean anything by it, which is exactly what she said. She said, I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings, I'm just saying, and let's be real. What she said was accurate. Now for the last thing I learned this week, I mean, I kind of already knew this. Ken-trol Lamar is a beast. I mean, let's be real. Big Sean has Kendrick Lamar and Jay Electronica on his new record, Ken-trol, and it has controlled the hip-hop and music talk space for the last week because Kendrick's verse is ba-noodles. Here's a snip.
I heard the barbershops being great debates all the time about who's the best MC, Kendrick, Jigga, and Nas. Eminem, Andre 3000, the rest of y'all, new niggas, just new niggas, don't get involved.
Folks is angry. Puff came out talking about how we talk about he king of New York. King Los did a verse. You know, it's getting, of course, all angsty, McWangsty, but I love it. One, because it does inspire lyricism. You know, even Lupe came out to remind folks, hey, I can rap. And let's be real, anytime Kendrick Lamar spits a verse, it's a good thing because the boy is bananas. I should say the man. So shout out to you, Kendrick, for learning me something I already knew, which is that you are the truth. So that's it. We're back in biz. Nothing crazy. Little news, little pop culture, little music, little whatever I feel like talking about every week right here. Make sure you tell a friend. I'm only doing this, y'all, because 1, you love it, and 2, I love it. So let's make the world love it. Before we go, every week I'm going to put up a picture at the end of the show, and I want you all to, in the comments, hashtag what you think should be on that pic. All right? See you next week.